Good morning, everybody. And so, for those of you that is your first, if this is your first time coming on one of our Thursday trainings, go ahead and type in the chat box one. Just type number one. This is your first time coming in. You don't know who the hell I am. You have no idea what you're doing here. This is all new to you. Nice. All right, we got some ones. Welcome, Brittany. Welcome, Christy, Brandy, Sophelia, JC. Welcome, Brenda. Welcome. All right, welcome to our training, guys. So listen, we have Didim, Holly, welcome. Blanca says, I need one of those. One of what? Pumped to be here, Rosie. Thank you. Oh, you need my whiteboard. I know it. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. This is like you know when you're a child and you get your dream toy. This is my dream toy as an adult. I know it's sad. Don't make fun of me. But when I got my whiteboard, I was all over it. All over it. Okay. So if this is your first time being here with me, thank you for coming. And for my repeat offenders, thanks for joining me again. My name is David Adam Kurz. I am a real estate professional here in South Florida. I've been selling real estate for the last 20 years. This is my 20th year. Next month is my 20th anniversary. Really excited about that. Prior to that, I was in the Marine Corps for almost a decade. And so I went from, Marine Corps to the real estate corps. And it's been a hell of a ride. We've done a lot of great things. I've been in a few different companies. I've owned my own company before. I'm happy and excited where I am today. And about 10 years ago, I started coaching, almost 11 years ago now. I started coaching real estate professionals, and it kind of started like this. Hey, I see you run a really good team. Can you show me how? And I was like, sure, no problem. And then I realized that more and more people kept coming up to me. Eventually, the office wanted me to do classes. And so that turned into Semper Fi, Tanya. That turned into us starting the Freedom Organization, which is our coaching company, right? And since then, I've written 3 books. One of them is called The Blueprint. The other one is called Take Action. And my last one is called The Truth About Failure, where we battle the mentality of failing forward, and we convince people to succeed forward through practice and mentorship. And so that's why you guys are here, right? So today I want to jump into a script with you, a very specific script, by the way. We're going to be talking about receiving new leads on the internet or wherever you get them from, receiving new leads and picking up the phone and calling this lead. Now, I do things a little bit different, right? Most people are going to teach this and they're going to go, this is what you got to say. Pop, 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 pop. I'm going to tell you what we're going to say, why we're going to say it, psychologically how it works. And then I might even role play with somebody here to test you and your skills out. So if you got pen and paper, you might want to start writing some stuff down, okay? Because I might pick on you. If I could see you, like right now, I can't see everybody because my assistant has me spotlighted. But when I can see everybody, it allows me the opportunity to really pump in, right? Now, I'm going to change my view because I like seeing everybody. If you have a camera, by the way, I would love for you to turn your camera on. Okay. If you didn't fix your hair today, it's okay. We will not judge you. If you don't like the way you look on camera, surprise, it's how you look in real life. All right. So jump in here and enjoy this opportunity to hang out with us. Turn on your cameras, get invested. I like speaking to people. I like seeing expressions, right? And instead of like talking to a bunch of like boxes with names on it, super weird, right? I miss like all the in-person stuff we used to do. I'm doing a lot of that now. All right, so let's get into this buyer script. From time to time, I will turn around. I do have my wireless mic on, so we'll talk. As you can see, I'm very hyper and I talk very fast. And every once in a while, I'll take a breath and drink some water. Because I promise you, by the time this class is over, I'm gonna be sweating like I just worked out, right? So let's have some fun. When we are receiving, now I'm gonna ask questions sometimes. Just chat in the chat box makes life a lot easier. Where do you get your leads from? Where do you get your leads from? Type it in there. Like your number one lead source. What is it? Type it in there. Type it in the chat box. Facebook. Awesome, Brittany. Love to talk to you about that. Sphere of influence. Absolutely, Caesar. Me too. All right. David says open houses. Solid. I've seen that. I've seen you rock that. Past clients. Absolutely. Sphere. SOI. Referral exchange. That's awesome. If you have a great referral exchange program, that's great. I love referrals, right? Sphere of influence, open houses and referrals, sphere of influence, past clients. Okay. So now here's what I'm going to give you. Referrals, Facebook, Zillow. Okay. We got one Zillow. Awesome. Here's what I'm going to give you. The script that we're going to go over today is malleable. What does that mean? That means that you could voice this out depending on where you're getting your lead from. Today, we're going to voice it in the sense that somebody registered on your website. Somebody requested information in the DM. Somebody's reaching out to you because they're raising their hand and saying, hey, I'm interested in buying or selling a house, right? Now, we all know that sometimes people register and they're not real. I get that. And that happens. It's okay, by the way, right? I know that some of you have paid for leads and you've gone through the leads and you've gone, dude, I got 10, 15, 20 leads and they all sucked. And they probably did. And guess what? That's the nature of buying leads, right? The key to buying leads is longevity in the buying process, right? Hear me out. The key to buying leads is longevity in the buying process. What does that mean? That means that I can't buy leads for 1 month and then hope I'm going to become a millionaire on that one, right? I have to buy leads for at least 6 to 8 months before I can truly evaluate a system. And by the way, let's assume I'm spending $1,000 a month on lead flow, right? Let's just assume that. I'm spending $1,000 a month on lead flow. And on month 5, I close a $500,000 deal. Was it worth the money I put into it? Of course. Because if you made 3% of that, how much did you make? 15 grand, give or take. So if you made $15,000 with a $5,000 invested, was it worth it? Type yes or no in the chat box. I want to know. If you pay $5,000 and somebody gives you 15, is it worth it? Yes. Yes. Right? Here's the problem with buying leads. A lot of folks will go into it. They'll spend a little bit of money for a very short period of time, and they'll say, I can't do it. So here's my thing to you. If you ever get into the position of buying leads, consider that you'll be in that position for 6 to 8 months and budget yourself as such. So if you can't do $1,000 a month, maybe you can only do 500, understand that you're going to get less leads, which is less opportunity, et cetera, et cetera. If you talk to some of these people that are just closing monstrous amounts of leads, 100, 150 deals a year, they're spending $80,000 a month, $70,000 a month on lead flow, right? Which sounds insane until you look at their numbers. Somebody's looking at them the way that I just looked at you and said, if you pay us $80,000 a month, you have the potential of making $2 million a month. Is that worth it to you? And they're going, yes, please. Right? Of course, and they'll take that all day long. Even if the number was pay me $50,000 a month and you have the opportunity to make $150,000 a month. Is that worth it? Yes. If I 3X to 4X my investment, I'm doing pretty good. Here's the fun part. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And the better you get at it, the higher your conversion rate will be, right? So you'll be able to convert more people as you get deeper into the process, which means that 3% conversion rate turns into, or a 3-time conversion rate turns into 4 and maybe even 5 times your investment. And then you get some help and then you get some other agents to jump in on this, right? And you start having fun in this business. This business, man, let me tell you something. This business is probably one of the most difficult businesses in the world, okay? But man, let me tell you, it is fun if you allow it to be. If you allow it to be. If you allow every client to change your mood, you're in trouble, folks. Okay? You cannot allow clients or the other agent or investors or whomever's involved to change who you are as a person and mess your mood. No, ma'am, no, sir. You control the environment, right? I said this on Monday. Every Monday I do a motivational Monday. Mike, can you put the link to Motivational Monday in there so folks can register? Mike's my assistant, by the way. You'll see him pop in and out sometimes. And every Monday I jump on 8:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. And I just jump on for 10 to 15 minutes and just kick off the week, right? And so this week I said something. I said, I heard this from somebody else, from another Marine, actually. He said, you have two choices in life. You can be the temperature or you can be the thermostat. And he said, the temperature has no control of its temperature. If it's warm, it's warm. If it's cold, it's cold. If it's hot, it's hot. But the thermostat makes a decision. If it's warm, you can make it cold. If it's hot, if it's hot, you can make it colder. If it's cold, you can make it warm, right? You're in a position of control and controlling the environment. So the thermostat controls the environment while the temperature reacts to the thermostat. So control your environments, okay? Now, I say all of that just so we can get into scripts, right? And I like to preface a lot of this stuff so that we can really dig into this, because if I just go right into scripts, you go, all right, that's cool. Thanks, Dave. I'm out, okay? Let's do this right from the very beginning. This is us picking up the phone and doing the ring, right? Prospect says, hello. Now, what you have heard before, all right? What you have heard before is people teach you to say, we'll just use John Smith for the prospect's name, right? Hi, John Smith. My name is David Kurz, the Kurz team at LPT Realty. I noticed that you recently visited my website and showed interest in buying. How are you doing today? Right? That's not how we do it. Okay. Do you really care how they're doing today? Like, yes or no? Put it in the chat box. Yes or no? Do you really care how they're doing today? Like, did you wake up in the morning thinking, I wonder if this strange prospect that may or may not register on my website today is doing good today? Right? You don't care. You don't care. You're not really. What do you care about? They register on your website and you're here to help. Right? So we go dig in right away, because how you doing today is a false pretense, and how you doing today also allows it to be an open question to allow them the opportunity to say, hey, listen, I can't talk right now, blah, 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 blah. You're giving them an out. So I go right into it. And when we coach, we tell our folks, be strong, be consistent, right? So we go, hey, John Smith, my name is David Kurz with the Kurz team at LPT Realty. I just noticed you visited my website and showed some interest in buying this single house over here in Kendall. Now, I wanted to reach out to you personally so I can see, when can I get you to that property? I don't want to know about your real estate goals. I don't want to know how many bedrooms or bathrooms you need. I don't want to know what your budget is. I don't care any of that right now. What I care about from the very first ring is, how can I physically get in front of this person? That is 100% all I care about. How can I physically get in front of this person? Because I know that when I get in front of this person, it's on. They're going to love me. Why? Because I know how to sell and I'm a people person, right? But they don't know me on that ring. So when I ask them how they doing, right away, I'm in genuine from the beginning. So what am I doing? I'm getting right to it, right? Let me say it again for you guys. Hi, John. My name is David Kurz, Kurz team at LPT Realty. I noticed that you just hit my website looking at a property here in Kendall, Florida. I wanted to reach out personally and find out, when can I take you to go see that property? Now, if you want to get even better, you finish it with, when can I take you to go see that property? I'm available Wednesday at 10 or today at 4. Always two options. Why two options? One option allows them to say, no, I'm not available. I'll tell you what, I'll call you back when when I can figure out a time. And now you're calling them for the next 3 weeks and they ain't picking up the phone. Right? 3 options, 4 options. Now you're giving them too much to think about. Now you overwhelm them. 2 options gives them choice. It makes them feel like they're still in charge. Right? Okay, so immediately we go from that to building rapport and qualifying them. Now, this is, hey, I'm available Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Now you have 2 choices at this point. If you feel good about the conversation, you keep it going. Why? Because the longer they're on the phone and the more they speak to you, the more rapport you build with them. And the more rapport you build with them, the higher the chances are they will actually show up at the appointment. Right? That's choice number one. Or number two is they go Wednesday, 2 o'clock. I'm available. You go, awesome. I'm gonna text you before when I'm on my way. Just text me back. Let me know you're on your way. Pleasure chatting with you. And you can hang up the phone, right? And that may or may not work. You got a 50-50 chance. Okay. But you know what the bigger chance is? That they're gonna get back on the internet and look at other properties, and they're gonna get other agents to call them, and then another agent's gonna keep them on the phone, and they're just gonna hit it off. And they're gonna have both kids. They're gonna have both of them are gonna have kids around the same age. Both kids are gonna play baseball. They're gonna be all over it because that agent built rapport with them, and that agent's gonna keep them on their website, right? So I go right into building rapport. First question. Let me ask you a question. What interested you in buying at this time? Like, why are you even thinking about buying right now? And here you get a lot of stories. Here you get the understanding of the why. And the why is important to know because the why is ammunition for your pitch. The why is the ammunition for negotiation. So when somebody says, you know what, I'm an empty nester and my kids moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and so I'm selling my house. Oh no, you just found out they're selling their house. And I'm moving to Atlanta, Georgia. And then you go, you know what? I can also help you with the sale of that home. Would that be helpful to you? Oh my gosh, yeah. One person for everything? I didn't know realtors could do that. Because there are still clients out there that think that there are some realtors who can sell homes and some realtors who help buyers. Right? And we have this bad habit of pretending that everyone out there knows what we know. We do this every day, ladies and gentlemen. We're in this battle every day. We're in this war every day. They are not. They got their own battles, their own wars to worry about that we'll never know about. Right? So immediately I go into what got you interested in buying at this time, or what got you interested into selling at this time. And then here's the next step to this. Best part, right? God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Why? So you listen way more than you speak. Right? This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Because when you ask that question, the very next thing you do is listen actively and show interest in their response. Remember this, listen actively and show interest in their response. Now here's some of y'all. Some of y'all got ADD. So when you ask the question, right, and the folks start talking to you and telling you their life story, you start sending an email to somebody. Because you're on the phone, so they ain't looking at you. Right? Or you start scrolling through Instagram while they're talking to you about how their kids are all grown up and they're so sad and they want to live closer to their kids. You got to get into this listening habit. You got to listen very actively and you have to show genuine interest in their response. Wow, I could totally understand that. Here's the key to this. Never, ever interrupt them from giving you the bacon and eggs. What does that mean? That means that when you ask certain questions, it allows them to have the opportunity to elaborate. And when they elaborate, what you're looking for is key points that you can use in your final pitch. This goes for buyers and sellers. Let them talk as much as possible. And if they stop talking for any reason, ask another open-ended question, right? That will help you get them to continue talking. This is not about you telling them how great you are. This is about you listening to what they need, want, and desire. So somebody gives you their response and you listen actively and you respond, wow, yeah. Oh, wow, right? And then the next question goes into, oh, man, that makes a lot of sense. Are you, by the way, working with another agent or are you exploring the opportunity? So now I didn't ask you from the beginning like some cheese ball. right? I didn't pick up the phone and say, I saw you on my website, 123 Main Street, and when can I get you there? And they say Wednesday at 2, and you go, by the way, are you working with another agent? I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. Can you feed me, please? Right? That's what that sounds like, right? Build rapport. Let them talk to you and you talk back. If they say, actually, I have been talking to another realtor who's my sister's cousin's best friend's uncle, right? And and he's been helping me out, but he's okay. I go, cool. Question: do you have a signed agreement with him? No, no, I don't have a signed agreement with him. Would it break your heart to stop working with him and work with me? No, no, I can work with whomever I want. Awesome. No, I'm not currently working with a realtor right now. That's fantastic. I would love to apply for that job. They're like, woo, I'm a boss. I get to interview you, right? This is the fun part. Okay. Now, if it's a seller, a little bit different if they're already working with a realtor, right? If the seller says, yeah, I'm working with a realtor and my house is listed, you say, hey, thank you very much for giving me a call. But ethically, any questions that you have about the market, you should really work with your realtor. If anything changes, feel free to reach back out to me. You hang up the phone politely, right? Because ethically, we shouldn't be messing with anybody who's under contract with somebody else, right? Okay, moving on. Understanding their needs, right? There are needs, there are wants, and there are desires. Okay. So for instance, need. We need a large kitchen because we got a big family. Want. I want a 2-car garage, but I can settle for a one. Never said he would look at a house without a garage. Desire. Oh man, it'd be so nice if we had a pool for the kids. But if it didn't have a pool, that'll work too. Doesn't matter. That's how you differentiate between needs, wants, and desire. You always start with needs, and then you build from there. Because they're going to give you the needs, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, blah, 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 blah. And then you're going to ask them, what would you want that would enhance it? That would make it so much better. Like if I got you everything you need, it feels like it's a 7. What do you want that you could add to it that makes it a 10? And people will divulge to you again. So for buyers, you can say things along the lines of, what kind of property are you looking for? Any specific neighborhoods or features that you have in mind? Are you planning to finance? Are you buying with cash? Do you have a timeline in mind for when you'd like to move? Now, pro tip, somebody says, I'm actually in a lease right now, and my lease doesn't expire for 6 months, so I'm not in a rush. Here's your pro tip. You go, do you know what the cost of getting out of your lease would be? No. Well, would you mind sending me your contract? I'll take a look at it with you. Email it to me over. Let's look at this together. All right, go to page 8. I'm just making shit up, guys. Go to page 8, top of the page, says, in order to get out of the contract, it's a 2-month penalty. How much do you pay in rent? I pay $2,500. So it's $5,000 penalty if you get out of this lease. Yeah, Dave, I'm not paying that. Cool, no problem. What if we found the perfect house and I got the seller to pay that $5,000 penalty? Oh, Dave, you're onto something now, right? And what are you doing? You're getting them out on the road. You're getting them excited for the properties, okay? And then now your mission is to negotiate a $5,000 credit. That's what you're doing. If they got to come to the table with $5,000 less, then they can handle that buyout of the lease, right? And you're giving them that opportunity. Now you're going, Dave, what happens if we're unable to get the $5,000 credit? At which point you leave it up to the client. Hey, listen, I've gone back and forth with them a million times, and I know you love this house, but they do not want to give a $5,000 credit. They feel their price is solid. They feel like you're getting a deal, and they're unwilling, unable, and just not going to happen. They're not going to give you the $5,000. What would you like to do? I'll cancel this contract like this, and we can find something else. 80% of the time they could go, nah, Dave, I love this house. Let's just go. I'll figure it out. And the other 20% of the time they go, cool, Dave, let's go find something. Let's go find somebody willing to play ball. Okay? All right. If you're working with a seller, some of the things you can ask. Can you tell me a little bit more about your home? Wow, what a great open-ended question. First of all, that question is incredible over the phone. It's even more incredible in person because people take pride in their homes. So when they take you around their homes, they want to show you everything. They want to show you the light switches that they changed to luminous light switches, and they're so cool. And they want to show you how the bathroom light turns on by itself. And they want to show you the lamp that they bought in Spain. And they're going to tell you the story on how they went on vacation in Spain and they just couldn't leave that lamp behind. And they had to pay an extra $500 at the airport just so they could bring that dang lamp home. And how her husband was pissed off with her because that lamp went from costing $300 to $800 because just moving it on the plane, right? Like, they need to tell you the whole story. By the way, that whole story I just told you, for real happened to me. Okay. Like she was like, I brought that from Spain. It cost me $2,000 and it cost me another $2,000 to bring it home. And she was like, my husband did not talk to me the entire flight home. Right. And so, and that's a real story. It happens. And then your next question is, well, man, that seems really personal to you. Are you planning on leaving that here with the house? And they're like, no. Cool. Here's a pro seller tip, ma'am. Let's take that out and put something really nice up there from Home Depot that looks really nice. And that should be done prior to us taking pictures of the home. Want to be smart about what we present, right? Okay. Next question. Another question you can put in there is what's motivating you to sell right now? Again, that helps you tap into the why. Remember the earlier example. I'm an empty nester. My kids moved to Atlanta. I really like to sell my house and move to Atlanta, right? Why is that important? Because you understand the mission. You know exactly why they're trying to move. You understand the big purpose behind it. Then a contract comes in and you guys are $1,000 apart on this negotiation. And you look at your seller and you go, can I ask you a question, ma'am? Yeah, sure. Is $1,000 worth staying away from your grandbabies longer? And then you just shut up and wait for an answer. Smartest thing you can always do in any negotiation is allow the other person to negotiate themselves out or in. All right. Now this helps you gauge their readiness for needs and it gives you an approach that you should take. One of the other questions I like to ask sometimes is, have you ever had your home appraised? Or have you received any offers from anybody lately? Because sometimes that's helpful, right? Sometimes they'll say, my neighbor like knocked on the door the other day and we were throwing away a bunch of stuff and we went to the dump and my neighbor thought like, oh man, these guys are offloading, maybe they're moving. And he came over, he offered me 500 grand for my house. And I was like, no, I don't know. And that's what kind of triggered us to want to sell the house. What does that tell you? Well, shoot, if I could put this on the market and it's actually worth around 500 grand, I'm gonna go knock on the neighbor's door and double side the hell out of this deal. Okay. That's another opportunity, right? Next thing you're doing in this script is you're building value. What are you doing with building value? Building value means is I need to subtly get you in front of me, man, somehow, some way. And so I'm going to go say something along the lines of, I'd like to set up a quick, could be a Zoom call, coffee meeting, home visit, whatever it is. Like, and I put in Zoom call in there because I live in Miami, right? And so I have like right now, I have a potential buyer that's going to come down to Miami and their budget's like 1 million, 1.2 million. And he is in Canada. So I haven't been able to meet this person in person, right? And I just told you the entire beginning of the call is how can I get in front of you? From the beginning to the end of this call, all you want to know is how can we meet? And obviously I couldn't meet with this person. So I got him on a Zoom and we hit it off on the Zoom. Hit it off. Guy even introduced me to his son, who's the COO of his company. to talk to me more about what his company's doing because he thinks it's so cool. I'm like, sure, I'll talk to your son. I'll meet your whole damn family. You want me to, right? All right. So I'd love to set up a quick Zoom call, coffee meeting, home visit to go over how we can make this process smooth and successful for you. I can also share some insights about the current market, what's happening out there, right? And how we've helped clients in similar situations achieve great results. That's such a perfect flow into telling them, I can't wait to meet you. And I can't wait to tell you how you're not alone in this. I've helped other clients just like you achieve amazing results. And I also mentioned that I want to make this very smooth and successful for you because the real estate process could be daunting and I want to make it light. I want you to feel a feather when you're working with me, right? Now, I did mention coffee meeting. Why did I mention coffee meeting? I like to meet potential buyers at Starbucks. It's my thing. It works for me. Everybody seems to like Starbucks, even if you don't dig the coffee. The environment is cool. There are people chattering. There's a little music in the background. There's light food and coffee available. It's not an expensive date for you. And you get to sit down with a potential buyer and really dig into what they need, right? You really get to dig in and talk to them, okay? All right. So this is where you're reinforcing your expertise in a subtle kind of way. But you're also mentioning any success stories that you've had or stats that are appropriate for the moment, right? And then schedule the appointment. That's what we're doing. Hey, how does your schedule look like this week? I'm available for a 15 to 20-minute quick Zoom coffee meeting or chat, either Wednesday at 4 or Thursday at 6. Which one is convenient for you? If it's a seller, you insert. I'm available for a quick 15, 20-minute Zoom if you like, or I can come by your home if it's more convenient for you. Because that'll actually give me the opportunity to view your home and give you better ideas. And again, I'm available on Wednesday at 4 or Thursday at 6. Always two options. Have your calendar in front of you so you know what to say, right? By the way, you don't have to be smooth with it. You could say, let me check my calendar real quick. I have availability, looks like Wednesday at 4, and if Thursday works better, I can do later in the evening around 6. What works for you? I'll plug you in my calendar right now. Okay? Rocking and rolling. Moving on. You're giving them specific options, but you're being flexible by offering another time, but you're not being so flexible that you give them an out. Okay? All right. Confirm and close. This is stage 6 of this whole phone call. Confirm and close, right? Perfect. I'm going to send you a calendar invite with all the details. What's the best email to send it to? Now, if they register with an email, I like to confirm the email, okay? So I'll say something along the lines of, hey, that's perfect. I'm going to send you a calendar invite. The email that I saw you register with is abc123@123.com. Is that correct? Is that the best email for me to reach you at? And I'll always confirm emails, even if you have it, you always want to confirm it because there are some people who will put a bad email because they don't want to get spam from you, but they'll put a good number. And there are some people who are going to put a bad number, put a good email. And there are some people who just put bad, bad, bad all the way across. And you're never going to get in touch with that person anyway. They don't want your help, right? Next thing you say is, if you have any questions before we meet, feel free to reach out. I'm really looking forward to help you find or buy your property or help you sell your property, whatever the case is. I like to use the word journey, right? I like to make people feel like we're going down this yellow brick road together, okay? So I'll say something like, if you have any questions before we meet, feel free to reach out to me. I'm looking forward to helping you with your buying journey or your selling journey. Like, I'm in this with you, right? I'll get in the car, I'll drive. Let's go, okay? Then there's follow-up. You want to send the email, the invite, the calendar invite. Then you want to follow up with an email and a text. Some people will say email or text immediately after the call. I like to send an email and the text. But I take things to the next level, right? So I'm going to send an email with a brief note saying thank you. Hey, thanks for taking the time to take this call with me. I'm really looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday at 4 p.m. I did send you a separate email with a calendar invite. Let me know if you did not receive the details on that. See you Wednesday. And I send that. And then this is the text that I sent. I pick up my phone, I pull them up on text message. I hit that little plus button. I hit camera. I go to video. I face it towards me. Okay. And I go, hey, my name's David Kurz. We just spoke on the phone. First of all, thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I've sent you 2 emails. One is a calendar invite and one is a thank you note. Just making sure that you got those 2. And I wanted to just send you this quick video so that you know who's going to be knocking on your door. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. And I send them that. You want to know something? 80% of the time, they send me a video back. 80% of the time, folks. 80, does it work? I don't know. You tell me. 80% of the time, they will pick up the phone and go, David, very nice to meet you. My name's Joan Smith. Like, I can't wait to meet you on Wednesday. I'm very excited. Great conversation today. You have tremendous insight. Look forward to me. I just gave myself all kinds of credit, right? Like, you know, and they send you that video back. And then you just double tap that video, select heart, and you're in. This is building rapport. Now, why am I doing video? If I did a pie chart on a personality or understanding how we build relationships, right? If this pie was a relationship and I had to accomplish all 3 parts of this pie to get people to know, like, and trust me, the 3 parts of this pie would be hearing, seeing, and touching. Now we had a phone call and the phone call was successful, which means that I'm about 33% of the way in to building this relationship. But when I sent that video, what happened? They now saw me. So I added another 33% before my appointment even happens. Now they've seen me and they've heard me. And they're probably going to brag about me to some of their friends because they go, man, I got this realtor coming by, right? Check out this crazy, he sends me videos. Check out this cool video. Because no one does that. As a matter of fact, I'm telling all of y'all, I don't know, how many people do I have on this call right now? I have no idea. I don't even know how to tell. 34. I have 34 people on this call right now, okay? And 4 of you might try this video, and out of the 4, 1 of you is going to do it consistently. Why? Because people are afraid to get in front of the phone. They're afraid to do this. And guys, there's no difference on what your face looked like on that phone or when you knock on that door. It's still your face. It's still you. So own it. Own that baby. You gotta look good. Own it. Right? What am I doing when I show up? When I show up, I'm gonna shake hands. Hi, how are you? Very nice to meet you. Right? Guy says, Courtney said, my face is for radio. I love that. I love that. All right. So when I shake hands with them, I'm the next 33% in. And that 1% variable left is for you to save or mess up. That 1% variable says, I like what I'm hearing, I like what I'm seeing, and I like what I'm touching, or the 1% pushes them towards, yeah, he was all right telling me stuff, and you know, I'm not so sure about that video, and like he didn't present very well, so when he showed up, so like that 1% is gonna push me out. That's what's left, right? That follow-up is so critical in that way, email and text, and I like to do it by video, right? Now I have a digital business card. So I always send my digital business card as well. So I send the video first, and then I send my digital business card. Okay. And with my digital business card, as a matter of fact, how many of you have digital business cards? Like yes or no? Like type it in the box. Like a digital business card. Yes, love it. Love it. Love it. I'm gonna send y'all a link to a company called CardLink. They have built the most phenomenal, um, in my opinion, of course, they have built the most phenomenal card to share. Okay. I used to use a different one called Blink. Um, these guys have created a way to mix what I used to use with Blink and what I used to use with Linktree, right? And combine them together. So now when I send it to them and they open up the website, it has all my links. All my links are on there, okay? And my digital business card is there for them to save as well, right? And I'll send you guys what my digital business card looks like so that you can check it out in the meantime. But you guys can hit both those links. One of them is my actual digital business card. The other one is for you to sign up for CardLink. It's a whopping $5.99 a month. It's worth every penny. Why is a digital card better than any other physical card? Well, if I give my physical card to someone, chances are they're going to throw that card away at some point. It really doesn't have shelf life. And when I gave them that business card, I didn't really get their phone number. There wasn't a guarantee there, especially if I'm networking or I'm out meeting people or whatever the case is. Okay. When I have a digital business card, I'm looking at you and I'm going, I'm going to send you my card. What's your number? Right. And then I'm going to get their number and I'm going to send them the card. And I'm going to say, what's your name? So I could save you in my phone. I'm just going to type your name in the message just so I know. Right. John Smith. Cool. John Smith. Boom. Now send it. Right. And then sometimes I take it to the next level. Y'all know I like that front facing camera. Right. So sometimes I'll take it to the next level and I go, let me get a picture of us so I can put in the text. So you remember who I am and I remember who you are. And by the way, at any networking event, people love that shit. They be like, right? They love it. Okay. Great opportunities for you to connect with people. Also remember who you have to call. Also remember who you're actually networking with and why. And now they have their information, your information, you have theirs. Okay. Now some tips for success with this. Be personable, be authentic to who you really are. Right? If you see me right now in this training platform, this is who I am all day, every day. Okay, guys, like I am as authentic as I can be. I curse sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm from the Bronx and it's the Marine Corps. That's been my life. It just happens, right? I am as authentic as I can be. Some people love it. Some people don't. I'm never going to be able to win everyone. And neither will you. Okay? You can't win everyone. So what happens is when you're your authentic you in the process, you will lose some people who don't connect with you, but you will gain more people that didn't know who you really were to begin with. And once they understand who the authentic you is, they can't get away from you because the vibe is right. When that vibe is right, nothing changes that. I'll give you an example and I'll take it off subject a little bit. I had a coach to help me understand how to better present my podcast. Paid this guy 10 grand to coach me on how to do better podcasts. And he said to me, do you speak about politics and religion in your podcast? And I said, absolutely not. Never do it. And he said, why? It's the number one subject in America right now. And I said, well, I don't, I have my beliefs and I think my beliefs are mine. And I don't feel like I want to hurt anybody's feelings or lose anybody because they have different beliefs. And he said, if someone walks away from you because of your political or religious beliefs, they weren't meant to work with you to begin with. If you can't agree to disagree and stay cool with each other, you don't want that person in your life anyway. But here's the better part. For every person that you lose, you'll gain 3 more listeners. Why? Because those 3 people, they had no idea you were on the same wavelength as them, and now they're all in. And that hit me like a bag of bricks, guys. So if I tell you, be on that phone, and when you're in person, be as authentic to the real you as you can be, and not sound scripted in any way, but have a script to run off of, in your way, in your fashion, but you're hitting every point the right way. Like, listen, this script works for me and it works for my clients. when they make it theirs. Okay. All right. The other thing is, I said this before, listen more than you talk so that you can tailor your responses based on their answers, right? So I have a conversational technique that I use. I call it the 10-80-10. It's 10% introductions, 80% listening, 10% pitch. The reason why it goes in that fashion is I want to listen 80% of the time so I understand what their wants, needs, and desires are, and I can tailor my pitch. Even though I offer A through Z, I offer so much stuff that makes my business amazing. But 90% of that stuff they don't care about because they told you exactly what they needed. And so you pitch them on exactly how you can solve their problems and provide them value. They don't want to hear the rest of the stuff. The rest of the stuff is a bonus. Oh, wow, look at this marketing material. I didn't know you do this. Yes, yes, ma'am, every listing. Right? Always offer value, market insights, professional expertise, or even free home evaluations. That rocks, man. A lot of you know it, a lot of you don't do it. Right? Knock on a door. People think door knocking is out of style because social media exists. No, no. I just gave you this example. At what point of social media do you think they're going to get the full spectrum of building a relationship to know, like, and trust you? At no point. Now, if you do a lot of video and they watch a lot of your videos, then you're going to get the hear and the see. But now you're just hoping that one day they send you a private direct message saying, I need your help. But when I go knock on somebody's door, I am being proactive. I am on offense. I have the ball. Hey, how are you? My name's David. I'm a local real estate agent in the area. I actually live a couple blocks away. I'm doing something special. If you sign up right now for my mailing list, I'm going to give you a free home evaluation. You'll have it in 24 hours. What? You know how many people will go, you're not going to spam me, right? No, man. I send out about one email a week, let you know what's happening in the market. Everything's fun. All right, cool. I can do that. Cool. Name, email address, phone number, and address. Type your address on there. By tomorrow, this time, you're going to have a home evaluation. And I'll follow up with you and ask you how you feel about it. Do that 50 times a day. Tell me you don't get some listings. Or you can post a few times a day and hope and pray. Right? I always say social media. By the way, I post 300 to 400 posts a month on social media. Okay? So I am not dogging social media in any way. I'm big on it. But my social media is a cherry on top of what I do actively in prospecting. It is the opportunity for people to hear about me and who I am and one day search me and find me because I put enough content out there for them to find me, right? I have the podcast, the YouTube, the Instagram, the Facebook, X, Twitter, you name it, I'm on it. LinkedIn, it's all there. Why? Because it's all searchable by Google, my friends. All right. And then follow up if they're hesitant. Some people need time. Okay. Some people need time. Some people are not going to be, you're going to have some phone calls where people go, you know what? I'm not sure if I'm ready to look at properties right now. And you can ask them, well, what makes you feel that way? Right. And you'll be surprised by the answers you get sometimes. I don't really have a great credit score. Like I've got money saved up, but I know my credit score is not going to get me into a mortgage. Well, what is your credit score? My credit score is only 600. Oh, man. I can get you into a loan tomorrow. What? Absolutely. Is it okay if I put you and my lender together in a text message? Because you would be surprised on how many options you have. I didn't know that. That's why I'm here. Right? Give people time, but always be consistent. Friendly, but consistent. Help them keep you top of mind. Now, I'm a lunatic when it comes to lead flow. When leads come in, we're 4 times a day for 3 days in a row. Call, voicemail or conversation, text message, video text, and email. All of that happens 4 times a day for the first 3 days until that person books an appointment with me. And then every day for the next couple weeks, and then every couple weeks for as long as it takes to get in front of them. But Dave, why so much? Because I don't want them to wake up one day and go, babe, we should sell the house. And my dumb whatever was only calling them every other month. And then I call them and I go, hey, just following up with you, man. It's David Kurz. I haven't talked to you in a couple months. And I know you were thinking about selling your house, but you weren't sure. And they're like, oh, man, sorry, we listed it. We're already under contract. Oh, let too much time pass. It'll go away. Okay, next one. I'm going to give you a simple follow-up email. I'm just going to read it out to you guys. Great speaking with you, John Smith, right? That's the subject. I put that in the subject line. Great speaking with you, John Smith, right? Hi, John Smith. It was great connecting with you today. I'm excited to discuss how we can help you buy or sell your dream home, right? So buy your dream home or sell your property for top dollar. I've scheduled our Zoom or a call or meeting, whatever it is. Here's the link to our Zoom, if that's a Zoom, or here's the address to where we're going to meet. Or I look forward to seeing you at your home at 123 Main Street. Why do I put the address? Because I want to make sure that if it's wrong, they respond and go, hey, man, that's the wrong address. I don't know what you wrote down, but that's not what I said. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions before then. Look forward to working with you. David Kurz, my email address, my website. Look forward to seeing you soon. Now, one of the things that my team implemented most recently is we now have an app. So there's a Kurz Team app on the App Store. And so now our mission every time we get in front of a buyer is to get them to download that app, right? And that app, what it does is it allows us the opportunity to have stronger, more dominant communication. Okay. All right. We got 5 minutes. So I'm going to open up the mic and see, does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything? Anything. Anybody?
I just have a bit of a success story to tell you, David. I mean, I listen to your coaching all the time, and I really appreciate you spreading the wealth and spreading the knowledge.
Thank you, brother.
But visiting your coaching actually gave me I'm doing 5 loans a month now when I was only
Good
doing
for you, man.
1 or 2 loans a month. So
good for you.
It's motivational. We're both military minded, so I love the structure. Just wanted to give that.
I couldn't tell by all the flags behind you. Love it, bro. That's a great success story, man. Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate that. All right, anyone else got any questions or concerns that they want to touch base with me on? All right, you guys are awesome. Tell me. Who's talking?
How do you lose the scared? Like, I'm terrified of getting on these videos, even calls. It's like
only one way to do it. Only one way to do it. What's the least painful way to take off a Band-Aid? You just rip it off, right? Mm-hmm. That's it. The only way to get past fear is to walk through it. Okay? The only way to get through fear, because fear is not real. Fear is an illusion. Being scared is an illusion because something in your world or in your past or in your brain says that hurts, it's painful, they're going to say no. And so it's something. For some people, it's trauma from the past. Some people, it's just mentality. Some people, it's the way they were raised. For everybody, it's a different reason, right? Like, I don't like heights. I'm terrified of heights. But I've been skydiving. I used to rappel out of helicopters in the Marine Corps. Like, I've done it all. The only way to get through it doesn't mean I like it now. It just means I'm capable of doing it, right? Like I'm not gonna go get my license to skydive on my own. It ain't never gonna happen. I ain't doing it. I probably will never skydive again, to be very honest with you. I did it. It was fun. I did it a couple times. I'm good. Right. But the only way to get through it is to just do it. Right? You got to walk through the illusion. It's in front of you and it looks real, but it's not, man. It's not. Just do the videos. You could practice with your family members and your friends. When they send you a text message, instead of sending them that voice WhatsApp or that voice thing or whatever, do a video. Practice with them. Right?
Bianca,
And then if
I'll
they
role
ask
play
you,
with
"Okay,
you.
what's that?"
I was saying, Bianca, I'll role play with you.
Yeah, there you go. Tanya says she'll role play it with you. Just send each other
That
videos
would be
all the time.
amazing.
Yeah, send each other videos all the time. That would be the most easiest way to ease into it. And then next thing you know, you don't care who you're sending a video to, you just send it. And people ask me sometimes, Bianca, they go, "Hey, but what if I just got out the gym?" Cool. Maybe they work out too. You never know. Maybe I'm not looking my best. So what? Who cares? We're human. Like, listen, I keep extra hat in my car just in case I got to throw it on because somebody sent me a message and I got to send them a video. Right? So I throw on my little hat. It's a New York Yankees hat that I keep in my glove compartment. I whip it out, put it on, do a quick video. I don't be doing it real far away so they don't see all my, just this right here. Hold it far enough so it's not in your nose, but like, you know what I mean, right? All right. Any other questions for me?
Hey, Dave, it's Courtney.
Bianca, by the way, you could always text me if you want and send me videos as much as you want, okay? I put my information in there, by the way. My link is in there for everybody. All right?
Hey, Dave.
Courtney?
It's Courtney. Dave, can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Hey, man, one of the things I had a guy tell me about with some cold calling and stuff I was doing a while back was instead of just being, I'm Guy Courtney, so my first name's Courtney, I go by Guy, it's either one, but pick one of those as like an alter ego. So when you call, you're switched on, you're ready for that kick in the teeth. I don't want to talk to you. I don't know what you're talking about. I never want to sell my house. F off, all that good stuff we get every once in a while. Courtney would take that to heart. Guy just laughs and go, "All right, man, have a good day. Next." It's almost
This
like
guy just coached you into double personalities, man.
right. You go in as an alter ego. You bring that big ass energy, the BDE with you as Guy. Guy's got BDE. And if you know what it is, you know what it is. That's Guy. And if you tell him to off, he goes and it's off. We're good. If you told Courtney that, Courtney'd be like, "Oh, look, I'm really sorry. I called you. I didn't mean to disturb. Sorry, the dog died yesterday." Guy don't give two shits about that. Guy hangs up, Guy hits the redial. Move.
My name's David Adam Kurz. I do everything as David, right? So when you're saying, I can be like, "Look, man, hold on. Let me put my boss on the phone." Then Adam could come to the phone and be like, "Look,
bingo." Yep. Big ball Adam. Big ball Adam shows up. It's like, "Yo, why are you talking to a man like that? My man is here to help you."
That's fantastic.
That's
fantastic. Oh my God, Guy. Guy, you were cracking me up. I miss you.
I love it.
That is so
guys,
funny, Guy.
I'm gonna leave you guys off with one last thing. I do have an academy that's online where you could look at stuff like this all day long. It's called the Freedom Achiever Academy. My assistant put the link in there. Freedom Achiever Academy. It's very expensive. It's a whopping $9 a month. I know it's gonna break the bank, but you might have to give up that one cup of cappuccino at Starbucks to train and learn and earn, man. I've got over 300 videos in there. We're putting 2 more courses in there. They're a little bit more advanced, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. And when you join in there, we have a community in there as well. So you can post in there and communicate in there as well. So if you go to freedomachieveracademy.com, you have 2 choices. You do the $9 a month, or you can pay a year in advance, but we discount it by 2 months. So it'd be $90. And when you do that, you get my Truth About Failure training for free, which was my training for my book that I just wrote. Okay. So much success to you guys. Thank you very much for jumping on. Greatly appreciate you guys. And in 2 weeks, we're live again. So I'll see you guys then.